So I think what I understand is that he has to be a certain amount of hydration as well as his weight's got to be down to a certain level. That didn't happen. Now the fight's been canceled.
First off, you sit there and you say that didn't happen. Can't happen because you didn't even have a weigh-in. If you're going to have a fight, Josh, if you're going to have a fight, as simple as it gets, if you're Jake Paul, you fought all these guys that were 170-pound fighters for their entire career. Now you're finally fighting someone that is in your basic weight class. And now you're putting weight restrictions on him because he can only weigh so much the night of the fight. All of this is, and I'm not saying that he wasn't going to get into the fight, but this is mind games. This is tricks. You know, you've seen it before. You've seen people pull this crap where there's more things going on in the back that the one fighter has to deal with than the other. It's all part of screwing with somebody. Japan used to do it all the time. Jake Paul's now doing it. And I'm not. Jake Paul is doing his thing. I have nothing to say, but when you look at Rahman and you look at his last fight where he got knocked out, okay, and then how much time there was between that knockout and for him to actually have a camp, because I heard people in the camp, there was people that I know that were around his camp, and he wasn't looking good. And, there's reasons why he wasn't looking good. And you look and you go, hey, is this a fight that, should sell out Madison Square Garden? No, it's not. It's a gimmick fight. And so give me real fights. If Jake Paul wants to fight, Rahman, fine. I don't have a problem with it. The fact that it's being pulled it's like no loss. I don't care. Not a big deal to me.
I think where you're running into a problem is that the nostalgia of him fighting is over. It's over. Like, here's the thing. It was one thing when he was fighting guys, basketball players and retired MMA guys. There was a little bit of that excitement of like, oh, this is fun. Now you're trying to really present him to me as a real fighter. Yeah. Well, now that's gone. I don't care anymore. It was fun when there was a gimmick, when there were gimmick fights.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, oh, we want to see him fight a real fighter. No, now you're trying to put him off onto me that he's a real fighter. He's not a real fighter. Maybe he's a
decent fighter. I'm not saying he's not.
Decent, but I'm saying like he's not a top level fighter that I'm going to pay $79 or $59 to watch on a pay-per-view card. If you want to put him, here's the thing. I have nothing against him. If you want to put him on the opening fight or the fight right before the co-main event of, say, I'm just throwing a name out here, Canelo and Triple G, that's a bonus for me. I'll pay for that. I'll pay to watch, I'll give a little bonus in there for the Canelo Triple G, and you want to put him as right before that. There's a little excitement there. I got it. But to say he's a main event in Madison Square Garden, I'm sorry, man. I'm not buying a ticket to the fight. I'm not buying a ticket to the fight, and I'm not buying the pay-per-view. No way.
Yeah,
you're not going to force me to believe that he is that caliber of a fighter just because he's a YouTube guy. Sorry, it ain't happening. You can't do that. They've lost their way in trying to book this and trying to sell this to the fans as if he is a big enough draw to continue to do this 2 or 3 times a year. It doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. It's not working for the real boxing fans. It's not working for the real hardcore fight fans. It's not working. You're not going to get us to spend $59, $79, $69, whatever it is you want to charge. You're not going to get us to do it. And that's the problem. So, like I said, if they wanted to push this onto, it doesn't have to be Canelo and Triple G, but I'm just throwing out names. But if you wanted to throw it onto, I think who Danny Garcia fought last night. If you want to throw it on that card, I would have jumped on it and be like, you know what? That's a bonus. Now you're adding flavor to these guys. I get it. But no, the rest of it is done. This thing is over, John. This whole thing, if they're going to keep trying to push him as a real boxer, it's over. People don't care. They want to see him fight the Greg Hardys. Go fight Greg Hardy. That's a gimmick fight. I'll take that. I'll pay your $49 or whatever it is to watch that fight.
It's exactly what you're saying. When you look at it and you go, hey, there's nothing there, because it's not like I'm seeing someone special. When I see a boxer and I see a Terrence Crawford, I will pay to watch that guy because he is that special, that good at what he does. I'll pay to watch Ryan Garcia versus a Tank Davis. I'll pay for that because that's a real fight. That's something that's interesting. Both guys are interesting. Both have, specific things about them that make them to where you want to watch them. There's nothing. I mean,
No.
There's the banter. I'll give it to Jake. Jake's very good at trying to sell his fights. He's very good at the promotion of it. He does the right things. He says good things, but he's not an interesting fighter.
Yeah, he could be a social media president all he wants. Like I said, I have nothing against him.
No.
I love his marketability. I love what he does. But I called it last night, John. After this fight was canceled, what did I say?
WWE, baby.
And I laid it all out in my tweet, man.
I said,
if you guys don't
Stephanie
follow me,
McMahon eating them up now.
I said
more
the podcast, Dave, man. I said, look, I already put on there. I said in my tweet, Jake Paul's going to go to the WWE, join his brother Logan. They're going to become tag team champions. Jake's going to betray his brother because he's envied him because he's got better looks and he's the older brother. then he's gonna betray him.
The
then they're gonna have
storyline is already written.
Yes, it's already written, buddy. I've already got this whole thing laid out. Then he's gonna end up betraying his brother, and he's gonna beat his brother or whatever after one of their matches. Then they're gonna fight. They're gonna prop this thing up to be the biggest WrestleMania pay-per-view ever. It's gonna be huge.
No,
Watch,
because what's gonna happen is his brother's gonna have that big fight, and he's gonna be losing, and his brother Jake's gonna come out and save him. Go to butcherbox.com/weighing in for free bacon and $10 off on your first order right now.